Welcome back to Critter Corner. Our goal is to give you info about all the animals we have here in our Critter Corner. So far, we've covered their habitats and how well they see, so this time let's explore how each of them handles a different sense, their hearing. Does that sound good? Gotta love puns. Anyway, let's get started. First up, what even is sound? Sound's actually a vibration. That's right, all your favorite songs and TV shows are just vibrations. Sound's created when something vibrates and sends waves of energy into our ears. The sound waves travel through the air or another medium, like a solid, liquid, or gas, to the ear canal in the middle ear. They hit the tympanic membrane or eardrum, causing it to vibrate and move three bones, the hammer, anvil, and stirrup, in the middle ear. Fun fact, the presence of these three middle ear bones is one of the defining characteristics of a mammal. The last bone, the stirrup, connects the cochlea in the inner ear. The cochlea is filled with fluid, which flows across tiny hairs, which are stimulated and convert the vibrations into electrical nerve impulses, which the brain can interpret as sound. Hearing is a very important sense to animals for a number of reasons. It's primarily used in the animal kingdom to either pinpoint where their food is, or to tell if something is coming for them, like a predator or a curious human. Because of this, all sorts of animals have adapted their hearing depending on their environment and potential prey or predators. So how do our critters hear the world differently than us? Let's break it down. Let's start with a critter who has very obvious ears, rabbits. Those large external ears help make the rabbit the king of hearing. I guess you could say he's the ear apparent. Sorry. Rabbits hear things not so differently than us, but they can detect higher frequency sounds than we can. You see, sound waves, like ocean waves, come in different heights or with different amounts of space between them. The stronger the vibrations, or the higher the sound waves, the louder the sound. And if there's less space between the sound wave, a higher frequency, the higher pitch the sound. Lower frequencies result in lower pitch sounds. Remember those tiny hairs in our inner ear? Well, they vary in size to be able to respond to a range of frequencies. The loudness of sound is measured through decibels, and the frequency, or how high or low pitched the sound is measured through hertz. Is that why when you hear a screeching, high-pitched sound, it hurts? Anyway, there are still some sounds that we as humans cannot hear. This is because the vibrations are too fast or too slow. Younger humans can hear sounds up to about 20,000 hertz. Ralphie here can hear up to 42,000 hertz. Rabbit ears can also move independently, a feature which is used by rabbits to help work out where a sound is coming from. Their hearing is very developed, and that helps them detect sounds from far away, which is very useful for surviving predators. Here in Critter Corner, Ralphie probably won't ever have to worry about predators, but his hearing can be useful for detecting if there's snacks coming his way or if animal care is coming to take him for a vet checkup. Rabbits' ears gives them another advantage. Their ears are home to more blood vessels than the rest of their body combined, which lets them use their ears to help regulate their body temperature. But rabbits aren't the only furry friends that have amazing hearing. Our guinea pig pals have very sensitive ears. Like rabbits, they can actually hear sound frequencies that we can't. They can also hear things that are very far away, which, not unlike our rabbit friend, helps them detect those pesky predators in the wild. But this also means we have to be careful with our guineas' ears. We can't be making terribly loud sounds around them because it actually sounds a lot different to them and could hurt their little ears. Remember when we talked about those three ear bones that mammals have? Well, reptiles like Lenny have only one. However, that doesn't mean he doesn't have a keen sense of hearing. See that ear hole on the side of his head? It's one of the things that differentiates lizards from snakes, and it funnels sound down the ear canal to the tympanic membrane in that single ear bone. And because geckos are accustomed to quiet desert environments, their hearing is sensitive and highly attuned to the sounds of predators. Some geckos can even recognize your voice. Speaking of predators, have you ever wondered if snakes have ears? We can't really see any on their heads. I guess they can't wear AirPods. Snakes, unlike lizards, don't have external ear holes on their heads, or arms on their bodies for that matter.
Look at my hands! Look at my hands! Ooh, I got hands now.
So they don't hear sounds the same way we or the mammal critters do. Snakes don't actually hear sounds so much as they feel the vibrations. Lacking true ears, they have vestiges of the hearing apparatus, which is a fancy way of saying remnants of the ear machinery for hearing inside their heads, which is actually attached to their jawbones. So they feel vibrations instead of hearing sounds directly. Kind of like Beethoven after he went deaf. Wait, guys, was Beethoven a secret snake? Sometimes though, animals have such great hearing that their other senses just can't keep up. What do you think, Hannah? You fit that bill? Hamsters actually have terrible vision. Maybe it should be 3 blind hamsters instead of mice. So to make up for that, they have amazing hearing. They can actually communicate to each other by using frequencies that humans cannot hear. Anyone here speak hamster? No? Me neither, but I wish I did. You might notice that hamsters will stop moving and freeze every once in a while. This is because they heard something interesting and are stopping to smell the air and see if anything fishy is going on. So they can't really see what's going on around them. Anyone know of a glasses store for hamsters? Still, they are very aware of their surroundings and know how to stay safe and alert. Especially alert for the yogurt drop lady. Now we know our turtle pal Tommy is a huge foodie and a lovable grump, but how does he hear what's going on around Critter Corner? Turtles, like snakes, don't really have ears. They have little flaps of skin covering their internal ear bone. This allows vibrations and low-frequency sounds into his ear so he can hear if any other animals are in his area. They definitely aren't super sensitive to sounds though, although they do have a pretty good idea of what's going on around them. Maybe he's so grumpy because he can't hear the fun music our cockatiel Carla likes to bop to. Speaking of, cockatiels can definitely hear things. Carla loves listening to music. However, cockatiels have a bit more limited hearing than us. They can't quite hear as high or as low as us. Those frequencies are pretty foreign to them. Carla can definitely hear when you're hanging out in Critter Corner and aren't paying attention to her though. Well, that's all the time we have for hanging out in Critter Corner today. And remember, when you come to visit our critters, or when you encounter critters out in the world, the way you perceive them may not be the way they perceive you. Be sure to visit our website, annenbergpetspace.org, for activities, games, and of course, cat and dog adoptions. Be sure to subscribe and post any questions in the comments. Thanks for hearing us out. See you next time on Critter College.